Hello, it's Sue. Welcome back to my channel today. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to call past. If you're new here, or this is one of your first visits, I really appreciate you taking the time to come and check on what I'm working with. And to my regulars, I love the comments you leave me. You inspire me to keep going sometimes. Thank you so much. Right, well today I'm here to share my travel journal. And this is my travel journal on the desk. And it is a ring-bound journal. And what I've done is I've used the cover from this book, which dates back to 1953. So it's an old book, reasonably old. And as I say, I've just used the covers, front and back. I've added a bit of decoration on them, and I've added some bits and bobs here along the rings. Just some of my hand-dyed fabrics, some string, a couple of charms. There's a little four-leaf clover that could go inside the journal. For now, I've put it on there. I've actually got two other dangly pieces off my pages here. That's the third. I may or may not use it. So I've done a bit of stamping, a bit of... oh, what's that? That's a, here I go, gosh, a stencil, and added a bit of ephemera, but that's a postage stamp, a couple of bits, travel related, and my initial, and I've tried to grunge that up a bit, it was a bit shiny. So that's the back, and I've done pretty much the same. There's bits of fabric on here, stamping and so forth. So my idea was that once this is open, it's not a huge journal, it's not particularly large, it measures 6 3/4 by 4.5. So, there won't be huge maps and so on going into here, but, I've got plenty of room. It's mostly a writing journal. I've added a few pockets, tucks and things, but it's basically a writing journal. Okay, these are original. This was on the front of the cover, and the date on there is 17th of November 1980. And I've just popped a bit of ephemera in there. These are some tickets, little butterfly tickets. And in a couple of the pockets, I have added a few bits of ephemera to have with me, basically. So front page, and then I have 3 pages here, which are calendar pages. Okay, calendar pages to start off. And then we begin. So I'm just going to flick through. If there's anything worth talking about, I will mention it. But I've used lots of different papers. This is quite old, this paper, so I've added a bit of washi to the side and some other paper here, just to stabilise it a little bit. That's from a little pad of paper, days of the week. I've added that at the start of the journal. And then most of the pages have some form of decoration on, if not pockets and tucks. So there you go. This one is an envelope with a tuck spot at the front, and I've added those bits to be used in the journal. There's the first of the little dangles, and it's just, there's a couple of flat beads, bit of muslin and a charm on there. Just pop that there. And this is an envelope. This is a beautiful mulberry style envelope for bits. And I've also got a tuck here. Okay, So room to tuck in whatever. This is old scrapbook paper, you know, the old scrapbooks we used to have as kids that we could stick things in. I found a really old one in an op shop, and all the papers were like this, so I had to have it. This is some ledger paper, again old, tea-dyed paper. There's a little pocket in there. And some of my gel prints, avocado dyed paper, book page, and I've added a little pocket with some of my gel prints and a label. And here's another, my little painted pieces, more ledger. This is the front page of another old book, and I think there's a bit more of that paper in here somewhere. Ledger. This is some handmade paper. This page I've added some lined paper here, so there's lots of space for journaling, and just decorated it down the join. This is some wrapping paper. There's another piece of that paper, and I've used that in a collage here. I think I've shared this. This is a full page pocket, so you can see that's a full page there. You can, plenty of space to add bits. More ledger. This is a bag, paper bag, useful for, you know, bits and bobs that I pick up along the way. Well, these are from 6x6 pads. There's a couple of pieces in here. And I added one of these paper flowers. I've got another one here as well. I don't know whether I'm going to add this one. I don't know. I quite like them. They make good page turners. This is a paper bag. This came back from overseas. A friend of mine brought these back. So I've added that in there. This is a book page decorated with some of my painty papers. It's got a pocket there and another pocket here. And as I say, more bits and bobs. These are stickers that can be added to the journal. And look, I've left threads. Whether they'll stay remains to be seen, but for now, they're there. This is a book page, obviously, and I just like that image. Here, this isn't stitching, this is a stamp, which I thought was quite useful. This is another book page, little pocket that I've gessoed and added a bit of ink. Can do some more on there. I've added a few of these tiny page turners throughout. Here again, added a bit of paint. This is a pocket using postage stamps. So I've got all travel related, boats, cars, aeroplanes. And in this pocket, I've added a tag that may or may not get used. Here's another little tuck spot here with some ephemera in, again, to be used within the journal. Ledger. This is another pocket. And that brings us to the last page. And the last page, I think I shared with you. This is one of those clear envelopes inspired by Natasha of Treasure Books. And in here, I won't take it all out, but I've added some stickers and bits and bobs, again, to possibly decorate the pages a bit whilst travelling. And I've got one of these decorated paper clips on there. And that's got a little flower hanging off the side. And then again, the back page has another, this was obviously a school library book. It's got another original page. Look at this. Isn't that lovely? It's amazing. So that is my little travel journal. As I say, I've kept it very plain. I can add to it as I go along. But once it was done and I'd got these bits and pieces on, I thought it might be a good idea to make a little pouch to keep it in. I'll just pop this on here for a minute so I don't lose it. Doesn't actually fit on there, but that's good for now. So yeah, with these bits, I thought it would be quite nice to make a little pouch. So what I did, here's my pouch. And what I've done is I have rusted some homespun. And you can see here, paper clips, there's nails, don't know what that was. There's ball chain, there's all sorts, more paper clips there. All kinds of bits and bobs, just small pieces. So I've still got some of the original cream fabric, which I quite like. I didn't want it too rusted. I'm happy with the way that looks. And I've put a handle on it. And although it's got the buttons on the front, it's actually held together with press studs. And I have lined it. Don't know whether you can see this. This is a very fine cord. It's a nice soft corduroy. So my book fits in there. There's plenty of space for it to grow. I've got space to carry a couple of pens. And that's it. I can't decide whether or not to top stitch it. I actually ran some quilting stitch because it's got the batting in the middle of the two layers, the cord and this homespun. But it's an iron-on batting and it's ironed on to the top rusted piece. So I ran these quilting lines using the machine. And originally I was going to top stitch all around, but now I'm thinking because of the colour in there, I think I might leave it. Don't know, it could change. But yeah, that's it for now. And as I say, you know, it fits in there quite nicely. Room for a few more bits and bobs to go in there. I mean, I've got these plastic pouches. I mean, I could fill these with ephemera pieces and just pop that into the back. This one might be a bit of a tight fit, but I do have smaller ones. Yeah, I think I'd probably have to go for the smaller one. But that's a possibility too. So yeah, I was quite pleased with this once it was done. I that's ready to go. Hope you like it. Thank you so much for taking the time to call past today, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like this idea, do you think it's a good idea to put it in its own pouch? Let me know what you think. If you've made one, I'd love to hear how you made yours. And please don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.